Is it? Okay, in the previous sessions, we have been discussing about Boolean algebra and what are the different logic gates associated with Boolean algebra, and we have seen some special purpose resist logic gates like NAND gate and NOR gate, and these two gates also called called as universal gates, and some more special function registers, sorry, logic gates like XOR and XNOR, and so we have seen what is the when XNOR will produce one and XOR will produce one. So XOR is called a similar circuit, and sorry, dissimilar circuit, and X naught is also called a similar circuit. Okay, and and we have seen some Boolean laws associated with the Boolean algebra, and so we have seen and complementation laws, AND laws, and OR laws. So all these are the symbols and laws, and also we have discussed these basic gates like NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, and we have seen the relation between AND gate and NAND gate, and XOR operation also we have seen, and some multiple input gates.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, these are complementation laws we have completed, and AND laws completed, and also OR laws also completed. Is that clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I think so. Redundant rules also, all these rules also completed. So we need to discuss from this now. Idempotent law. Okay. Hello. See again, we can see what are the different types of complementation laws. So sorry, what are the different types of theorems in Boolean algebra? So first one is complementation law. So which is used to represent the complement. If a equals to 0, it's obviously it's a complement will become 1, and it is represented as a bar. A is a variable and its complement is represented with the help of a bar. So if a equals to 0, obviously a bar will become 1. Just the like a way complement loss will be provided, and loss a dot 0, that is equals to 0 always, and a dot 1 is always equals to 1. A dot into a, that is a and a is again a, and a dot into a bar is always going to be 0. See, time punctuality is very important. Whether you know the subject or not your whether you are getting subject or not getting. So that is second thing. And why Krupa, why are you clicking on present? So many times I'm going to repeating. So don't click on present symbol. If you are clicking on that one, what is happen? My presentation will go. Okay, that's the thing you need to remember. I think we are in third week. Again, that will disturb our entire class. So please, anyone, please don't click on present button. And R laws, a plus a is equals to a plus 1 is always going to be 1. And all these laws we have seen with proof by checking, cross checking every laws we have completed, and some associative laws and commutative law. So all these laws also we have completed, and the distributive laws and the redundant laws also we have completed. So now we are going to see idempotent law. So which is equals to say here I'm presenting here ident means the same value. If any value are repeating, whether it is using AND law or OR law. So a dot infinite times, that is equals to a. Why? Because if you take a equals to 1, so both LHS and RHS is going to be satisfied. So using unless if same value is repeated, so for number of times also at the output we are going to get same value. That is in the sense a dot again a dot in a dot a dot a. So that up to infinity it is going to be give same value. That just like 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1 into 1 is always going to be 1. Again 0 into 0, 0 into 0, 0 into 0 up to infinity it is going to be 0. So just like using R loss. In R loss also we have seen for R, if you see R logic 1 plus 1 is always going to be 1. Just like if you add infinite times that is also represents only 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus R 1 R 1 R 1 R 1 R 1 R 1 R is equals to always 1. So that is what identity loss will tell us. And absorption law. See here observe clearly. So absorption law. So what is absorption law? So we can here also we can prove it. A plus A dot B is equals to A. And again, another absorption law is A dot A plus B is equals to A. Hello?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, everyone is following or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, what is absorption law tells us A plus A dot B equals
A.
to is again A. Yeah. See here, we can see here. So we have A plus A dot B. So we can see here which variable is common here. A is common in both the terms. So from the first term we can write it A1. 1 will be presented after separating B. Sorry, after separating A. So from the next term we will be having B. So can anyone tell me what is the value of 1 plus B or B plus 1? R loss. Using R loss, what will be the 1 plus B or 1? Very good, very good. So its value is going to be 1. So I think this is the so this is 1. So this is called absorption law. So in while simplifying the Boolean functions, we can use all these formulas. Okay. So now we can see what are the Boolean function and so how to resolve it, and we can see in the next topics. And so these two are the absorption laws. And next consonance theorem, if you see there A plus sorry AB plus A bar C plus BC. So I will provide the proofs also. So which is equals to AB plus A bar C. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So why? Because here AB and if you see using R loss A plus B, so both laws are same, but first one is using AND law. Clear, all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, here A and B terms are going to be given to the AND gate, and A bar C, that is in the sense A bar and C is going to be given to the AND gate. Again BC variables are going to be give the AND gate, so that we can produce a BC variable. Again these three terminals, so output from this AND gate and this AND gate and this AND gate is going to be give the OR gate. So first ANDing is happening, AND operation is performed, later OR operation is performed. So if you see in second operation, what is happening there is so first of all OR operation is performed, that is A plus B. Again OR operation is performed on A bar and AC. Sorry, A bar and C. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So again on B variable and C variable OR operation is performed, that is B plus C. Again entire terms, these A plus B term and A bar C plus C term and B plus C term is going to be given to the AND gate, which is AND gate with 3 input terminals. So that so we are having second formula like this. So first one is using R term R. Second one is using or logic. First one is using AND logic and second one is in both logics we are going to use AND and OR. But what is the order in the sense? Here we can use AND and OR logic, but here using OR and AND logic. That is the basic difference. Clear all of you? So each term is having specific name. I will tell you here A B. So A B in the sense they are going to be given to the AND gate. So A B is called product term. Will you agree or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
And A bar C. A bar C is also product term. B C. B C is also called product term.
Product.
So here what is happening for product term? Sum is going to be happen. Will you agree? We are having three product terms. So that three product terms, how they are related? Using sum. Sum in the sense R. So here A plus B, AB plus A bar C plus BC can be called as sum of product terms. Is that clear, all of you? Sum of which terms? Product terms. Product terms. So see clearly one specific name is there in our syllabus also. One specific name is there. That is nothing but sum of product terms and product of sum of terms. Sum of product terms. So that the two definitions are very, very, very important while solving or simplifying the functions, Boolean functions. Okay, so we can see clearly in the next sessions. So for namesake itself, you can remember. So what is sum of product terms and product of sum terms? See here in the first line, what is happening there? Three products are there. So for these three products, what is happening? Sum is happening. So here AB plus A bar C plus BC can be called as sum of product terms. And in the next line, if you observe A plus B into A bar plus C, A bar plus C and B
Product.
plus C. Yeah, here product is going to be happen. On which terms? A plus B is nothing but sum term.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So second line is nothing but product of sum terms. See, both are opposite words.
Okay.
First one is sum of product terms. Second line is nothing but product of sum terms. A plus B in the nothing but that is always indicating sum term. Is that clear, all of you?
Yeah.
We can see a complete study on sum of product terms and product of sum terms. So you don't bother about. So you just remember what is the name can be called as and why the name is given to the particular function, whether it is using SOP or POS. SOP in the sense sum of product terms. POS in the sense product of sum terms. Clear, all of you? Yeah, very good. And the transposition theorems. And two more theorems are there. One is transposition theorem and De Morgan's theorem. So AB plus A bar C is nothing but here we can see product term is going to be sum term, and sum is replaced by product. Again, product is replaced by sum term. So A bar AB plus A bar C is equals to A plus C into A bar plus B. So in the what we are doing here is, if any operation contains product operation, there we can replace with sum operation. If sum operation is presented in that particular equation, so in the Boolean function, so there we can replace by sum is replaced by product term. Clear, all of you? So this relation also we can use while solving Boolean functions. So what is that? Using transposition theorem, what we can do is sum term is replaced by product term and product term is replaced by sum term. So that is what we can call as the transposition theorem. Okay. And next two more important laws are there. One is De Morgan's law. So what De Morgan's law tells us, A plus B whole bar is equals to, so reverse of sum term is equals to, what we can say here, reverse of sum term is equals to product of individual reverse of terms. So A plus B whole bar can be written as A bar dot B bar. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this relation is also already we have seen while learning about NAND gate and bubbled OR gate. So output from bubbled OR gate is going to be same values only. A bar, see here second term AB whole bar will gives AB whole bar will gives
A bar plus B bar.
A bar plus B bar. So this is nothing but if you see A bar is not AB whole bar is nothing but output of NAND gate. Clear all of you?
Yeah, sir.
And clearly I'm telling you, AND gate is similar to the bubbled of OR gate. Bubbled of OR gate in the sense inputs are going to be given with NOT gate and provided to the OR gate, so that is also similar to the NAND gate. So bubbled OR is similar to the NAND gate. So clearly that relation also we have seen. Okay. So AB, whenever we need to resolve in the equation, so if you got AB whole bar term, so then we can resolve it as A bar plus B bar. Clear all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, okay. So all these are the Boolean laws what we can use. And see here, De Morgan's law. So for this is NOR gate. So using NOR gate, what we are having A plus B whole bar. So A plus B whole bar. See here, that is also equals to A plus B whole bar also equals to A bar plus B bar. That is in the sense of for NAND and the NOR gate is similar. One more study also we have done. NOR gate is similar to the bubbled AND gate. See here, bubbled AND gate in the sense input is going to be in reverse to the NAND gate. See here we are providing A, but after reversing, that is in the sense using NOT gate, it is going to be input is going to be NAND gate. Sorry, AND gate. Similarly, B is also reversed and provided to the AND gate, so that we are getting output A bar into B bar. Clear all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. This is the way how different Boolean algebras are related, and we have seen. I think we have completed XOR gate and XNOR gate. See here, XOR gate when one is going to be produced if input terminals are not equal. So that is the simple thing we need. That is the trick we need to remember to remember the operation of XOR gate. So XOR gate is going to be produced output only when both inputs are not equal. That is in the sense x equals to 0, y equals to 1, then output is equals to. Hello. I think noise is coming from someone. And what is XNOR operation is XNOR is equal gate. So already clearly we mentioned equal, what is equal gate and what is similar gate and what is dissimilar gate. Both names are given to the XOR gate and XNOR gate. So if both inputs are equal, then it is going to be produced maximum output. Clear? So this is what XOR gate and XNOR gate, and XOR gate and XNOR gate is also called exclusive OR gate and XOR gate. These are the properties of XOR gate and XNOR gate. Clearly, X XOR with 0 is always equals to X. X XOR with 1 is always equals to X bar. And X XOR with X is always going to be 0. X XOR with X bar is always going to be 1. So that is in the sense both inputs should be different, then only it can produce output. If same input is given to the OR gate, so it is going to be produced 0. And one more thing we need to remember, AND gate and NAND gate, all clearly we mentioned what are the universal gates in the sense AND gate and NAND gate. Sorry, NAND gate and NOR gate. See here, NAND gate. If you clearly, even fundamental gates also we can construct using NAND gate and NOR gate. So clearly in the next session we can see why NAND gate and NOR gate are clearly mentioned as universal gates. If you take any Boolean operation, that Boolean operation or any gate, just like NOT gate or AND gate or OR gate, exclusive OR gate, XNOR gate, all these gates are any relation in Boolean algebra can easily represented using either it may be NAND operation or using it may be using NOR operation. So NOR gate or NOR logic or NAND logic. So that's why these two gates can be called as universal gate, logic gates. So we in the next session we can clearly see why these two gates are called as universal gates. So now we can see what is the Boolean function. So before going to see Boolean function, we can see so already these rules also we have seen x plus 0 is again 0. In R law we have seen x into 1 is x and x plus 1 is always 1, x dot 0 is always 1. So all these are Boolean algebras we have seen, and these laws also we have completed. Absorption laws is also completed just now. These laws also we have seen. Do you need proof? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see here, what is consensualized xy plus x bar z plus yz is equals to xy plus x bar z. So here yz term is missing. So clearly this is the proof we can observe clearly. Excuse me. See here, which terms we are having LHS is xy plus x bar, this x bar into z plus yz is equals to xy. So this is also can be resolved as xy plus x bar z. So clearly I will intimate in Word file. You can just write so that everyone can learn easily. Is everyone getting my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Can anyone read out what is LHS and what is RHS?
xy plus x dash z plus yz is LHS, sir. xy plus x dash z is RHS.
Yes, here in the third term, what we are doing is we are taking x plus x bar. What is the value of x plus x bar? We have seen our a plus a bar is always going to be which value? It is 1. So we are multiplying xyz term with 1. So we are multiplying this xy term with 1. So that 1 is nothing but x plus x bar. So after resolving this multiplication, so what we are having xyz x bar yz. Clear all of you? This apostrophe s will represented here as a bar. That is complement of that particular variable. So after performing this multiplication, we got xyz plus x bar yz. See here, if you see in the third term, it is xy term is the presented, and here also we got xy term, and here we got xz, x bar z term is also called from second term. So we got x bar z. In the fourth term also we are having x bar z. Clear all of you? Hello?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
once explain, sir. Again.
Okay. Okay. I will make it through whiteboard. Okay, I will write here. So can you remember this equation? What is xy, x bar z plus yz? So that is the in
Okay, sir.
LHS we are having xy plus
X bar z plus YZ.
x bar z. See here, one beautiful logic also we can find after solving this one. And what is the other term, final term?
YZ, sir.
Yz.
Hmm.
So what we need to prove, this is equals to, what is the law says that xy xy into x bar z.
X bar z plus X into.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that is the thing we need to prove. So we can see here, we got this equation. So I am taking some little bit modification on this equation. That is nothing but in the last term I am going to multiplying with 1. So for everyone, no issues by multiplying with 1 this particular term. So no value, its value never will be no changes will occur in this value after multiplying with 1. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So that is xy and x bar z So after multiplying, what I am doing here is, so instead of 1, I am taking one more logical relation, that is nothing but x plus x bar is also always gives 1. That is in the sense what we have seen in theorems is a plus a bar is always equals to 1. Is that clear all of you?
Okay, sir.
Okay. A plus a bar is always going to be equals to 0. So again in the next step, so perform multiplication. So this is as usual, xy term will be here. And x bar term will be here, x bar z term will be here. So after multiplying, what we are having? X, Y, Z here. Third term will be, is that clear all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. What is the fourth term? Fourth term will be?
X bar YZ.
Yeah. X bar YZ. See here, what we are having here, we are having some common terms. So what are they? Here xy term is there. Here xy term is there.
Yeah, sir.
And one more thing, here x bar z term is there. Here also x bar z term is there. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
So I'm replacing. I'm taking common as xy from these two terms.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, from these two terms I'm taking. I'm separating xy term. So after separating that, so what we are having xy and what remember from xy 1 will be there.
Z.
Again in the
plus
third, again in the third term, what will be remain? Z will be remains.
1 plus
Clear?
Z. 1 plus
Yeah.
Z.
1 plus Z. So from third and fourth terms, what we can separate?
X bar.
X bar Z.
Plus Z.
1 plus Y.
X bar Z.
1 plus Y.
Yeah. After that, we are having 1 plus
Y.
Y. So what will be the value of 1 plus Y or 1 plus Z?
1.
Yeah, it is always equals to 1. Very good. So finally, we left with how many terms?
XY plus XZ.
XY.
XY plus X bar Z. X bar
Very good.
Z.
Very good. I think LHS and RHS proved or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
And one more thing we need to observe clearly. Can anyone tell me what is the observation that is also we can have here? See, LHS, how many product terms are there?
Yes, sir. 1.
How many product terms are there?
3.
3 product terms are there. So, in order to perform this logic, how many gates, AND gates we need to have? 3 AND gates we need to have. Yeah, very good. How many R symbols are there? R logics are there?
4, sir.
2. So, in order to perform completely this logic, we need to have
3 R gates.
3 AND gates and 2 OR gates. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
But after resolving, what we can find here from this?
2 AND gates and 1 OR
Yeah,
gate.
yeah. 2 AND gates and 1 OR gate. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
So by doing this equation instead of by having this formula instead of this one, so what we are getting here is number of components used for a particular device is going to be reduced. After simplifying this logic, what we got? So after simplifying, finally we got X bar plus X bar whole Z. So what is the main important role of simplification is? So it is going to be reduce the utilization of number of gates. So if you are reducing the number of gates, what are the advantages that we can have? See, we can by removing the components, so we can have very small size at the final product. If you are reducing the number of components without taking without compromising at performance. See here, if you are using this equation, first equation, so that will gives that will makes you use 5 components, 5 gates are here, but same equation will gives by using 3 components. Clear all of you? So performance will be never compromised, but number of components will be reduced. If number of components reduced, what is happening? So size occupancy by the particular system will be reduced. After that, cost is also reduced. If number of components, so first equation gives we need to purchase 5 gates, but same equation is represented by LHS side. So if you are using this formula, so that we can use two more gates we are having. Clear all of you?
Okay, sir.
This is the simple equation, but with this simple equation also we need to remember. Okay, so by simplification, what is happening there is we can reduce the number of gates. If your number of gates are reduced, so size of the system will be increased, but no compromise in performance. Both equations will give same result. Will you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In this, if designer chosen construct the device which performs this logic and this logic, so which equation we are going to use? LHS side or RHS side?
RHS.
Your project manager advised, so perform this complete this logic by using the you can take any number of components. Then your friend used LHS equation and he took 3 AND gates and two OR gates, and he showed the sir this much of amount done for my project. and your friend just like intelligence like her and who is name Monica. She is very active, and see what did she is she used the second equation, that is xy plus x bar z equation. So that how many components she used? Only two components, sorry, two AND gates and one OR gate. So sorry, cost is also less, and size of the product is also less, and number of components utility is also less, and one more thing, most importantly, power consumption is also less. Why? Because she is using only 3 gates, but remaining other person using 5 gates. So 5 gates in the sense, if each gate is using 5 volts, so what that product, that device will use 25 volts, but by using a RHS term, it can use only 15 volts. So power consumption also reduces. Clear? That is the reason in advanced phones what is happening is number of components is going to be reduced and performance is going to be increased. So power consumption is also very important factor in our electronic devices. Why? Because all these are semiconductor based devices, uses very less power. That is the reason 5 volts is enough to drive entire our phone or our mobile phone or our laptop. Clear, all of you? So all these are the advantages by reducing the logic behind it. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is everyone got understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the beauty of simplification. So we need to remember, if any logic function is given, so we try to reduce the number of components used to perform that particular logic. Then only efficient engineer will comes out. So your engineering qualities will come out only when you are well, if you are designing particular product, you should use very less number of power, and that device should consume very less power, and it can use better, so that it is possible only by using less number of components. Clear, all of you? So that is only possible through simplifying this given logics here. So here LHS said it is using this much of times, but this one both are performing same operation only. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See here, truth table. Clear, all of you? Everyone observe clearly. How many variables are input variables are using here is? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, x, y, z are 3 variables, and associate outputs are F1, F2, F3. Hello?
Yes, sir. 3.
Yeah. Here, how can we relate F1 along with input terminals? Can anyone? Are you observing how many if 3 inputs are there, how many components are there? Sorry, how many combinations are there?
8, sir.
8 combinations. So can you read out first combination is 000, second one is 001, third one is 010, fourth one is 011, and fifth one is 100. So like the way up to 7. 0 to 7 total 8 combinations are there for 3 inputs. Okay.
Okay, sir.
See here how we can find the logic function for F1. So we can take the terms where F1 is 1. Clear, all of you? We
What,
can
sir?
take the we can represent F1 in terms of inputs. See here we are having 3 outputs and we are having 3 inputs. So how we can make relation between inputs and outputs? So clearly, if you want to make if you want to represent F1 in terms of x, y, z, so I am representing by using simple equation. See here F1 is nothing but so we can write F1 is simply F1 equals to x y, z. Will you agree?
Yeah, sir.
Why? Because f is only 1 when x equals to 1, y equals to 1, z equals to 1. So that is the reason I'm going to represent these three terms are product terms. So if you take x into y into z, if both terms are 1, so that is in the sense f is represented with help of AND logic. Clear, all of you?
Yeah, sir.
So if you take x equals to 1, y equals to 1, z equals to 1, what is the f1 value? F1 value, what is
One.
F1 value? 1.
1.
For any other value, if you take, it is going to be
0.
0. So if you see from truth table, I think this relation is enough. If you take any value, so that is going to be, it is going to be produced at 0 only. Yet x equals to 1, y equals to 1, z equals to 1, then only it is going to be produced 1 only. So this is the how we can formulate from input and output using truth table. So how we can make relations between input and output by using truth table. Clear, all of you? Like the way, like the way, can you make what is f2?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, f2, where f2 is going to be 1. F2 is going to be 1 only when how many combinations are there for f2? We can check where f2 is going to be high. In which condition? If both x and y and z are zeros. Clear, all of you? In first combination, f2 is going to be 1. Clear?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, very good. And what is the other combination, that is f2 is going to be 1?
When y is high.
Z becomes 1, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, tell me. So other combination is x equals to 1 and z equals to 1. Clear, all of you? And sorry, y equals to 1 and z equals to 1, where x equals to 0. That is the other combination where f2 is 1. So third combination is 1 0
When
0.
x is high.
Yeah, x is high and y and z are low. Low in the sense we can represent it as y bar and z bar. If 0 is there, then we can represent it by bars. Clear, all of you? So here how we can find Boolean function for f2 is, we can write it easily. So f2 is, everyone should clearly observe this one. So how we are writing a Boolean function for particular three variables. So f2 is 1. This is possible only when x into y into z. This is from first term. That is in the sense both are zeros. Plus from remaining terms also. This is what from first term you can observe clearly. X equals to 0, y equals to 0, z equals to 0. It is going to be 1. Clear, all of you? 0 in the sense that 0 indicated by bars. Clear?
Yeah, sir.
See, in second combination, what is here? X is 0. That is in the sense we can take it as x bar, and y is 1. So we can take it as y, and z is 1. We can take it as z. So here in this combination is also y equals to 1. So what is the other term? So we can add with x bar into yz. X bar into yz. So is there any high for f? What are the other high value for f? 100. Clear? No one is responding. Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the other value for f? F2 is high only. Other combination 100 and 101. So that is in the sense 100 in the sense the for 1 it is x.
Y bar Z
Double,
bar.
00 in the sense y bar z bar.
Z
Very
bar.
good.
One.
Z bar. Z bar. So what is the other relation? 101. 101 in the sense it is going to be
X
x.
plus Y bar Z.
Bar Z.
101 y bar z.
Yes, sir.
Y bar z. And what is there any term that is going to be f2 is going to be high?
No,
What
sir.
is the other combination? So no more combinations are there. So remaining all combinations it is going to be 0. So we can see where output is going to be high. So for that high output, what is the input combination? If input is 0, that we can represent it as z bar. If input terminal variable is high, that is going to be represented without bar. Okay, clear all of you. So just like how we done with f1. F1 is one only in the one combination, that is all inputs are high. That is in the sense we can take it x, y, z. Clear all of you? Similarly, like the way for f3. For f3, how many combinations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combinations. So for f3 also can we write Boolean function?
Yeah, sir.
So
Yes.
this is Boolean function for f2, sorry f1, and this is another Boolean function. Sorry. Yeah, here no more combination is there for f2. So can we write for f3 now? For f3. Again, is there any possibility to reduce the f3? So in next discussion we can see that one also. So first term it is 0 in the sense x bar, y bar, z bar. In this combination, all three inputs are zeros. Next one, only z is high. Only z is high in the sense x bar, y bar, z. Next, only y is high. That is
X bar Z. Y.
x bar, y, z bar. X bar, y, z bar. X bar, y, z bar. And what is the other combination? See here, what is the other combination? 3 combinations completed. Fourth combination is y and z are positives. So x bar, so that we can make it is x bar and yz. Plus, what is the other combination?
Y bar X Z.
Other combination is final combination. See here, last one. We completed 4 combinations, and finally it is one when x equals to 1, y equals to 1, z equals to 1. Is that clear? Okay, very good. So in finally we got this is what Boolean function. Clear all of you? In particular device, so how the relation between inputs and outputs? I think everyone got completed. What is the system definition? What is system?
Converts input signal into output signal.
Group of components which are arranged in a proper way and which can take inputs and which can produce output. So we can provide inputs to which terminals here? X, Y,
Z.
And what is the relation between inputs? So this in F2 we can find how the different input logics can be presented to produce F2. Clear all of you? So these are the different input signals that we can provide to produce F2, and these are the different input components that we can provide F3 output. Clear all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So if anyone, so to design to produce output F2, how many AND gates and how many OR gates can be required? This is the basic. This is the way in most of the gate exams also. This is the way how they are asking. He will give some Boolean expression and he will ask how many gates required that to build particular Boolean operation. So then we can easily find it. So for this is AND gate and this is also AND gate and this is also AND gate. So how many AND gates required? Here also AND gate. For inverter, we can use NOT gate. Y bar can be produced by using NOT gate. Okay. So what is my question here is how many gates can be required to design F2? How many AND gates can be required? Can anyone tell me the answer? How many AND gates and how many OR gates are required to design F2? Can anyone tell me the answer? AND gates and OR gates only specifying, not NOT gates. Now we can tell me the answer. Monica, Pavan. Tell me how many AND gates. So in first terminal, 3 terminal AND gate is there, and here also one more AND gate. How many AND gates? Count down. 3, 4.
7, sir.
How many gates?
7.
4 AND gates and
How many AND gates are required? 7 AND gates. How many terms are there?
7, sir.
Total gates you are telling. First tell me AND gates count and OR gates count.
R gets 4, sir.
OR gates 4. And how many AND gates? AND gates 4. How many OR gates? 3 OR gates.
3.
One plus symbol is there, another plus symbol is there, one more plus symbol is there. So that is in the sense your answer is 3 OR gates. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
3 OR gates and how many AND gates? So this is XYZ, 3 terminal AND gate 1, and XYZ again 3 terminal AND gate, and here also AND gate, here also AND gate. So how many AND gates? 4 AND gates.
yes, sir.
Okay, but this is wrong answer. If you make it this in one multiple option also, 3 OR gates and 4 AND gates will be given. One of the answer definitely will given like this. How many AND gates and how many OR gates given? How many required to design particular Boolean function is definitely you will put one option, that is 3 OR gates and 4 AND gates option also will be presented definitely. So and without any hesitation we can click on the particular option only, but it is blunder, it's wrong. So we are going to get negative marks. Okay. So tomorrow once think what we have done, how we can simplify these equations to reduce the number of gates. This function is also can be reducible. That is the main aim of STLD. We should reduce the given Boolean function. After reducing also it can produce the same output. So we have seen different theorems, focus on it, and what are the common terms presented in, separate them, and from the remaining terms compare with our theorems, and you can tell me on the next class, everyone should tell me the answer. Okay. How many AND gates and how many OR gates are required for this F2 function? Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you everyone. What is your next class? MEF, I think so.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, okay. I will make a call to sir. You can just wait here. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.